All right, today is Chapter 1, Lesson 2, Ratios. Okay, the essential question that we'll be asking this entire chapter is how do you use equivalent rates in the real world? We use them all the time, whether you realize it or not. Okay, the less essential question is how can you use math to determine if a ratio is simplified? We should be able to answer that while we're doing this lesson. All right, pushing on. All right, this first one, sorry about that, is writing a ratio in simplest form. There are many different ways to compare amounts or quantities. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. A ratio of 2 paper clips to 6 blue paper clips can be written in 3 ways. 2 to 6, 2 to 6, or 2 to 6. All right? Now, I know that the 1 is a fraction, and that's fine. I usually write ratios like this, but for now, we're probably going to be writing like this. And the reason why is we're familiar with fractions, and we're familiar with simplifying fractions. All right? Let's just take a quick peek at the lesson essential question. Sorry, hiccups. Let's just take a quick peek at the lesson essential question. Okay, sorry about that again. All right. As with fraction, ratios are often expressed in simplest form. Okay, is this in simplest form? No, we know that. Okay, we know that by looking at that because those are at least 2 even numbers. Now, what do we divide by to get a ratio in its simplest form? We divide by the greatest common factor of the 2 numbers, of these 2 numbers, right? So you have the greatest common factor be 2 and 6, all right? 2 is already in prime 4, 6 is even, so we can divide it by 2, and 2 times 3 equals 6. The 2 numbers that they have in common, all right? Stop looking at one of them, stop looking at both of them, just look at one. Whichever number's circled on the 1, you divide by that, all right? So we would divide this by 2, both of them by 2, and we come up with 1/3. So that means, and what is that saying? It is saying for every 1 red paper clip, there are 3 blue paper clips, right? Okay. Just so that we recognize what we're talking about. All right? And now when we go back and look at our lesson section, how can you use math to determine if a ratio is simplified? Remember what we did here is we found the greatest common factor. That's how we could tell if it's, and we needed to see if it was simplified. If we could not find the greatest common factor between the 2, we would know that the fraction is simplified. The ratio is simplified, sorry. Okay? All right. All right, the first example is write the ratio in simplest form that compared the number of red paper clips to the number of blue paper clips. Then explain its meaning. Write the ratio as a fraction, then simplify. Now we've done this already, so let's just go ahead and read through it. Right? They took the greatest common factor, 2 and 6, they divided out the 2, right? And they made it down to 1/3, 3. 1 paper clip to every 3 paper clips. Ratio of red paper clips to blue paper clips is 1/3, or 1 to 3, or 1, and when you colon 3, it's the same thing as saying 1 to 3. This means that for every 1 paper clip, there are 3 blue paper clips. Easy peasy, right? Nothing too hard. All right? Since we understand that, let's try to do this one together as a group. All right? Write the ratio in simplest form that compares the number of suns to the number of moons and explain its meaning. All right? The first thing we want to do is we want suns to moon. Suns to moons. Okay? And that is. Okay, so we write the number of suns first. We count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 suns. All right? And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moons. All right? Now, 4 to 6, they're both even. So we need to see what the greatest common factor between both of them are. Okay? 4, you factor, that's 2 times 2. 6, you factor, and that's 2 times 3. Okay? Circle everything that they have in common. Don't look at one of them. Just look at one of them. Just look at one of them. All right? And whatever number that they got circled is the number we want to divide out, and that's the 2 here. So we divide both of them by 2. And we got 2/3, okay? And they're asking, what does that mean? That means for every 2 suns, there are 3 moons. Okay? That's it. Not too hard. All right. I'm sorry for you to do this. Okay, use ratios to compare categorical data. Okay, each piece of categorical data can only be assigned to one group. Bar diagrams or tape diagrams and frequency tables can be used to represent categorical data. Ratios can be used to compare the data. Okay, so here we go. They have an example here for us. Several students name their favorite flavor of gum. Write the ratio that compares the number who choose fruit to the total number of students. Okay, We take a look at I'll go ahead and show the entire problem. All right. Now this time they have a different idea. Remember, they're comparing what? Fruit and total. Okay. So we don't have a total, so we should make one. Total. All right. Our total is 8 plus 9 is 17. Okay. Plus 3 is 20. Plus 1 is 21. Okay. So when they do it, they put it, remember, it's fruit over total. So fruit flavor responses, total responses, the fruit flavor responses were 3, okay? And the total is 21. So you write the fraction 3 over 21. All right, let me erase that so you can still see it. Sorry about that. All right, then you look at them and you try to figure out if there's a greatest common factor. What you want to do is you want to take 21 and you want to factor it. Okay, so GCF, remember this is what you do off the side as you show your work. All right, 3 is in prime form. Okay, I'll erase all this stuff. Okay, 3 is in prime form. 21 is 3 times 7, right? And that's done. We circle the numbers that they have in common. Look at only one of the numbers. That's the number that you divide out. You divide out 3 on both of them, and you come up with 1 over 7. The ratio is 1 to 7, or 1 to 7, or 1 to 7. So 1 out of every 7 students prefer fruit flavored gum. All right? Not too bad. All right, and then we'll fill this one out together. You should have your journal, not your journal, but your math folder out. This page, I can't remember what page number. It's, like I said, chapter 1, lesson 2, so it's not too deep into it. Plant-based yogurt sales are recorded in the table, right? The ratio that compares the sales of strawberry yogurt to the total sales. That explains its meaning. Okay, they got strawberry written here, and then they got total written here. Okay, you look over here and we see strawberry. Strawberry is 8. Now we can fill out real quick. I will erase that line, that circle. Okay, then we got to total this. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. So our total is 24. Okay, erase all this work here. Okay. We just fill this out. So it's 3 plus 6, 7 plus 8, or 24. Okay, strawberry yogurt sold is 8. Total sold is 24. Okay, now we have to figure out the greatest common factor between these two numbers. Okay, greatest common factor, right? I got 8, I got 24. Probably need some extra room stuff. Okay, 2 times 4, you bring down the 2, you got 2 times 2. And then again, over here, you got 2 times 12, 2 times 6. Oh, what's going on the board? It's acting really crazy today. All right, and you got 2 and 3. Now that's all this multiply. Okay. Then what you do is circle all the numbers that they have in common. They got this number, and this number. Okay, just look at one of them. I just look at the 8, and we notice that it has 8 in common. So we're going to divide both of them by 8, right? And then you come up with 1/3, or 1 to 3. So 1 out of every 3 yogurt cups sold was strawberry. Okay, that's what that tells us. Okay, remember that's what we're telling. Remember we got this fraction, and we got to figure out how to explain its meaning. What does it mean? So 1 out of every 3 yogurt cups sold were strawberry. Okay, nothing too drastic. All right, let's do this one. Pet stores sold the animals listed in the table in 1 week. Write the ratio of cats to pets sold. Right? Gee whiz, it does that all the time. Why is it doing it? Sold. Okay, how many cats do we got? We got 8 cats. All right, we got 8. Now we need a total. Right? 10 plus 14 equals 24. 24 plus 8 equals 32. So we have a total of 32. Wow, man. Total of 32. So we put the 32 right here. Again, now we got to do our greatest common factor between 8 and 32. I know some of you can see it right off, but this is how you prove it. Right? 8, 32. Okay, 2 times 4, and then you got 2 times 2 times 2. And over here with 32, you got 2 times 16. And you got 2 times 8. Oops. Again, my board's acting really funny today. And then 2 times 2 times 2 times 4. And then 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, and you circle everything that they have in common. They have 3 2's in common. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. Divide by 8. Oh my gosh, it just does it all the time now. It's just awful. 8. So 8 divided by 8 equals 8, and 32 divided by 8 equals 4, right? Make sure I did that right. 8, 16, 24, 32. Yes, okay. Just want to make sure I did that right. All right. Oh, that's not supposed to be 4. That's supposed to be a 1. See, I make my mistakes. So I got to double check your work. And what does that say? That means, right? That means for every 4 pets sold, or sorry, here, 1 out of every 4 pets sold were cats. Okay? Easy. Easy, easy. All right, moving on. Now, here's a very interesting thing and a very simple way of doing it. I enjoy this. This is, I think, getting into the nitty-gritty of why we do math, okay? So, Kitty wants to divide her 30 flowers into 2 groups so that the ratio is 2 to 3. Now, step 1, use a bar diagram to show a ratio of 2 to 3. You won't see the numbers in here, right? You'll just make 2 bars and then 3 bars. Okay? You make 2 little boxes. Here, I'll show you up on the side. Make 2 little boxes and then 3 little boxes. 1, 2, 3. Then, let me see if they do this. See, there are 5 equal sections, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 equal sections. We divide, so each section represents 30 divided by 5. Okay, so you take 30, you divide it by 5, and you come up with 6. Gosh, man. You come up with 6, right? 5 divided by, 30 divided by 5 equals 6. So in each one of these boxes, you put a 6. And that's where these numbers are coming from, by the way. Okay, and you put a 6 in each one. You then total them up, right? Right, you total them up. 6 plus 6 equals 18. 12. 6 plus 6 equals 12. And then I also have 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. So that's what it'll be. It will be there are 12 flowers in one group and 18 in the other. I think that's pretty neat. I think it's pretty easy. So you should be able to do that pretty easy. All right. Go ahead and start the guided practice. Once you're done with the guided practice, go ahead and do the homework on pages 25 and 26 and do all of them. Okay? Thank you very much.